Hey everybody, I want to show you how we're going to test our cranes this year. It's going to be a little bit different than we've done in years past, but I want to show you how I want to do it this year. The items that you're going to need are obviously going to be your crane. You will need a scale. A bathroom scale will work just fine. I'm showing you guys my fancy balances that I'll have. A table is something to mount your crane on, and then you will need a bucket. Okay? Now the first thing you're going to do is you need to weigh your crane. Now, this is going to be tough to do on a bathroom scale, so you're going to have to get as close as you can. Chances are your crane's only going to weigh about a pound or two, if that. So you're going to weigh your crane first on your bathroom scale. If you have a more accurate way of weighing it, like on a balance like I have here, then go for it, because I prefer that as much as possible. But chances are the majority of you guys are only going to have a bathroom scale to weigh this thing on. If you only have a bathroom scale, another way of weighing this is weigh yourself without your crane, and then grab your crane and weigh yourself with your crane. Subtract the difference between the two of those, and that will give you the weight of your crane. Maybe a pound, maybe a pound or two. But that will be a little bit more accurate than actually just setting your crane on your scale. The next thing you want to do is you want to weigh your bucket. Okay? And the bucket you can weigh the same way. You can either weigh it directly on the scale, or you can hold it, weigh it with, and then weigh yourself without the bucket, and then see the difference between the two of those, and that will give you the weight of your bucket. The next thing you want to do is you want to find some way to attach your crane to where it hangs over the edge of something. Whether that's a table, a chair, or anything else like that, it's just something. I do want to tell you guys, I want you testing these outside. I'm pretty sure mom and dad are not going to be real happy if you test these things inside and you make a giant mess trying to test these things. So find a place to test them, either out in the garage or outside, where if you make a mess, let me rephrase that, when you make a mess, it won't be a big deal. So find some way to attach your crane to where you're either holding your crane on something like this, or some kind of way to make sure that it's hanging on here. Now what you're going to take your bucket, and you're going to tilt the camera a little more, and you're going to tie your bucket to your crane. And make sure you tie it in a good knot so it doesn't slip on you. I'm not going to get super carried away at this point, but you're going to tie your bucket to the end of your crane like this. And you're going to hang your bucket. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start putting things in your bucket. So my recommendation, everybody has access to water, which is the reason why I want you guys doing this outside and not in the house. Everybody has access to water on these things. And with that, I'm going to do a better knot here so it doesn't slide on me. With that, what you can do is you can slowly fill your bucket up with water. And then once the crane falls and collapses, one, clean up the giant water mess you just created when the bucket fell on the ground. But two, try to record it so that way the bucket doesn't completely fall on the ground and you keep as much water in there as possible. Because what you want to do is you want to record how much the bucket weighs without the water. So what you're going to do is take the water. So after this thing breaks, you're then going to take the bucket off. You're going to weigh the bucket. Remember how a few minutes ago I told you to weigh yourself without the bucket and with the bucket so you can find out how much the bucket weighs by itself? Subtract the weight of the bucket from the total weight of the bucket with the water inside of it, so that way we can find out just how much the water itself weighed. Now, do you have to use water? No, you can use anything you want. If you want to just define miscellaneous items and start putting things in the bucket, like if you want to put anything that you can find in the bucket to add weight to it, you can do that too. You can literally anything you can think of to put in the bucket to add weight to it. Once your crane collapses, check how much it actually held. And that's the weight your crane will actually go off. So that is how I want you guys to test these things this year. Do this outside. Do not test them inside. Do this in a place where it's okay if you make a mess, and when you do make a mess, it's easy to clean up. Another option is people use dirt or sand. that's probably a better option than water. So if you want to slowly put dirt or sand in the bucket, that's another great option. Water just happens to be something we all can easily get a hold of. So dirt, sand, rocks are always a good one too, because rocks are nice and heavy and you can easily put those in the bucket. Okay? All right, guys, that's how we're going to test these things this year.